inshallah ta'ala will allow us to appreciate the background of what iSPARC is and how we can all, inshallah ta'ala, appreciate the pursuit of our golden age. For context, for those that aren't aware, many of these types of conferences start off small. But for those that aren't aware, just like RS, MAS, ICNA, SMA, and others, it doesn't take too much time to be able to bear fruit of your intentions and inshallah ta'ala see an exponential reaction to your actions. And so inshallah ta'ala, what I aim from this conference, iSPARC, Islamic Symposium of Professionals, academia, research, and across careers, I anticipate and I hope that inshallah ta'ala is not only accepted and solely asked Allah to be accepted by Him to the Jannah here on earth, but to also, inshallah ta'ala, allow to indeed be a form of sparking the next golden age for our Ummah, the Ummah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So inshallah ta'ala, if we can maybe move forward with the slides, I'll provide greater introductions, inshallah ta'ala. The sister at the back, inshallah, switch the slides. Inshallah ta'ala. In the meantime, I'll need to mention a few things. So, Ramadan has been here for 20 years at UTSC, and actually, it's my 8th year on campus. And alhamdulillah, for those who aren't aware, I've been involved in different ways in the Muslim community, as a khatib, as an imam, as a muaddin, in other ways as well, Muslim events with tendency and beyond. And so, inshallah ta'ala, I would like to provide some background to why I'm here today, why we're all ideally here today, inshallah, to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to really give you insight as to where, inshallah ta'ala, the future of this conference holds. And so, inshallah ta'ala, with introductions, for those that aren't aware, my name is Mohammed Said, more formally Mohammed Ibrahim Said, and inshallah ta'ala, I'm here for you today as a chair of iSPARC, as an Islamic Symposium of Professionals in academia, research, and cross careers. And for context of where I stand, and where many of you stand likely, is that we have many studious, rooted, or erudite, polymaths, professionals, speakers, and panelists here today, and inshallah ta'ala you can learn from, and inshallah ta'ala benefit from. Now, before I move further, I do want to say that inshallah as we move along the slides, that inshallah ta'ala it's important that we do make reference to the land that we're situated in. Obviously, we believe that the Allahi wasi'ah, that the earth itself is expansive, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entirely, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has selected individuals for different places at different times. Presently, we know that the indigenous nations, the First Nations that have existed here on Taekwondo, or also known as Toronto, is a spacious land that actually expands beyond the GTA. And for those that aren't aware, there are many different nations that actually pre-existing, the 21st century, and even to this very day, have played crucial roles to the development of Canada and Toronto more closely. So inshallah ta'ala, with that in mind, I just wanted us to bear in mind to formally appreciate and actually seek towards proclaiming justice for all people, especially our brothers and sisters all over the world. Inshallah ta'ala, I'll touch upon briefly. Can we switch slides, inshallah ta'ala? Inshallah ta'ala, we can move further. Inshallah. So, inshallah ta'ala, so things have changed, but it's okay. We can go, let's go to slide back, inshallah. It's okay. Oh, so you guys are able to see like a sneak peek into everything I'm about to say today. Can we go 2 slides back, inshallah? Maybe I should conclude. We have 7 minutes on my roll, but inshallah, if we can move a bit back, inshallah, in the slides. A bit more, inshallah. I don't know if that's 3 more slides. One more. I think this is ahead. One more back, inshallah. Okay, let's start with here. It's okay, inshallah. So for those that don't know, maybe for my students that are also here, I have many roles across and beyond the campus arena. I've been able to attend and present research in different localities within the GTA, across the GTA, across the world, and in different places. We've seen honors, Harvard Medical School, the American Society of Cell Biology, Canadian Connective Tissue Society, and other places. And so, inshallah ta'ala, I want to give a bit about my background to let you all appreciate where I come from here in Scarborough. So, forgive me for the format issues, but what we see here at the left-hand side is where I only lived in Scarborough, Galway, and Lawrence. And so, inshallah ta'ala, to give you insight, I went and progressed to different places in my life, and I was listening to excel in academia. So I went to the world's Ontario's top mid-school or middle school, elementary and middle school, essentially, which was at the time Islamic Foundation. And then after that, I excelled for different locations. I went to pursue IB, and then I graduated, alhamdulillah. I came here to UTSC, and I spent 8 years here, alhamdulillah. And that's where you see places like downtown district, where I was in Sick Kids and presenting research there, and winning a top presentation award. There you can see me at the second right figure is me here actually at UTSC presenting research and winning also a top world presentation award. And then lastly in America, I think that's in Boston, and that's actually recently, and you also see my poster behind you. That's where I presented my research and received a job grant for that. And so, if we move further, inshallah, I just wanted to give you a timeline of what the speaker is, inshallah. We'll give you recommendations to bring the mic closer. So, for context, lessons of a lifetime, I placed it here to really incentivize all of us. And I think something to really point out for each and every one of you is the following: that we always want to seek the ridha of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's His pleasure, and the rizq that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides for us. And always in the most appropriate fashions towards seeking ihsan, excellency, in every division, discipline, dimension possible. His ridwan, His pleasure, in every shape and form of way. His mizan, or the highest of mizan, and the highest of scales, to have the most loftiest or greatest scales in our deeds. And so that's something that I wanted to just highlight as tips for those that want to excel, let's say, in research, in medicine, in academia, and so forth. I also tried to apply in my undergrad kind of model that was the following: really to integrate Islam at the forefront with 4 peripheral clusters of integration, investigation, implications, and innovation. And trying to apply and, inshallah ta'ala, spark interest in different disciplines by uncovering new techniques, new findings, and resolving previous limitations in the sciences and STEM more broadly. And so the third point there of really something that I tried to reference also in my thesis editions that you see at the back is the following: to subhanallah, never regret, and indeed in comfort and the remembrance of Allah to find rest, inshallah ta'ala. So that's something that from Surah Al-Mulk is something that we should think about regularly, actually, and reflecting upon the Lord Kitab Allah. And in terms of excellency, that really revolves around your authenticity as a Muslim, right? Because many times in academia, you rarely see Muslims that perhaps wear hijab, or grow a beard, or wear a thobe, or even say Assalamu, Alaykum to any peers, right? It's important that we always label ourselves first and foremost, and solely indeed as Muslimin. And that's the best of ways for us to really appreciate and actually to receive Allah's rahmah, His ridwan, His rizq, so that way we can excel across dimensions in the best of ways and manners. And lastly, to live the best of legacies. And inshallah ta'ala, the Lord Allah subhanahu focus on the fact that we're here today to spark the golden age, right? And there have been times in the past that it's been fostered. If you move to the following page, we'll see why I'm referring to it. One page before, it's inshallah. So I reference this because of the calamities we're seeing worldwide, right? In Sudan, Lebanon, in Sham, Raleigh, right? In Palestine, many places that we're seeing cascading effects of the genocide, surpassing 400 days, 76 years of occupation, oppression. And so it's important for us to really, resonate with our ummah and to look back into the past and see what our previous ancestors, our generations of scholars and polymaths, prodigies that excel beyond their limits in mathematics, medicine, law, and importantly, focus on Islamic jurisprudence. And so this is something that I want us to relate with, as we see many polymaths on the left-hand side, and to really see the outcomes of the aftermaths of many atrocities worldwide. So if you look even at Gaza right now, where subhanahu wa ta'ala is suffering and elevates the rants on the Alameen, you can see the amount of atrocities that continue to grow, continue to escalate. And something that I didn't touch upon earlier, but it's always the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is the best end, ultimate outcomes for the God-conscious, for those that are al-muttaqun, those that fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all times. But then, people may ask, when is the help of Allah to come, right? We know that indeed the help of Allah is here. But then the question revolves around, once again, how do we as an ummah see ourselves beyond our own identities and form or reunite upon one identity of Islam? That's really where I try to touch upon, not just from a scientific perspective as a master's PhD graduate, but to more importantly emphasize on the role of Islam across these dimensions, from investigating the current status of our ummah to integrating our previous efforts towards resolving or curing different epidemics of certain illnesses that our ummah faces, and innovating with new strategies that look back into the past but use and formulate unique motives to drive the course of history towards benefiting our ummah. As you can see from Malik Islam, born in Gaza, and subhanAllah is an inventor, building subhanAllah electric motors and being able to drive, inshallah ta'ala, the forefront and frontiers of Gaza's engineering team to really, inshallah ta'ala, develop, more importantly, I would say, to re-spark the golden age, and inshallah ta'ala, that starts with Gaza, its liberation, and inshallah ta'ala, the entire Ummah's liberation from nifaq, from mahal, and from all forms of deficiencies. And so inshallah ta'ala, we'll move to the following slide. And I just want to think, or get back to all of us, really thinking on the model of Gaza is us, Asham is us, their golden age is our golden age, and to reverse that to say our golden age is their golden age. But then if we think about this for a moment for you, each and every one of you, you have to think for yourself then, what would be your golden age, what would be your legacy as a Muslim? And I think this is something that we really have to focus on, brothers and sisters, because at the end of the day, we graduate, we go congregate, and then what's left with our degrees? Are we really focusing on our degrees for the dunya, like the ones that we saw in the credentials, or are we focusing to integrate them, to have the highest of degrees with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And I think that's what we have to emphasize as the ummah. So think about these questions, the three of them that you say about me. How far will you go for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Something that I really want us to emphasize. Inshallah, we can move to the next slide. And so, inshallah, that's actually where your legacy could be pitched, inshallah ta'ala. I actually started a scholarship, inshallah, for our brothers and sisters in the Muslim community here at UTSC, and inshallah ta'ala, it's abroad. Personally, I haven't really received different opportunities this to inshallah ta'ala be something that can inspire you to inshallah ta'ala either be amongst those that selected with the orange QR code or the black QR code where you donate accordingly. And just think about it for a moment that inshallah ta'ala the aim is 10-10-10 to I hope inshallah ta'ala raise $10,000 with all of you or personally inshallah ta'ala over time over 10 years to inshallah support 10 Muslim leaders or rising Muslim leaders. So inshallah ta'ala think about it, sign or scan the QR code on the left for those that are interested. You know, if you've been a part of the Muslim community here at UTSC or know people that are from any Muslim group or even beyond, then inshallah ta'ala they should definitely take a part into it. And if you can donate, we really appreciate it for the sake of Allah. And by the way, I don't receive anything in return. And inshallah ta'ala we only all receive Allah's pleasure in return. Let's move to the last slide, inshallah ta'ala. That's it, inshallah. For those that don't know,